There's no inferior mirage. Nothing. Nope, I zoomed out. And just in case if anybody's wondering, my observer height is about, the ground is about 6 feet. And give or take a few feet for the table, we'll say about 3. So I would say about 9 feet. Just in case anybody's wondering. Also, I want to give a massive shout out to Schrodinger's cat, who actually linked up with me during this observation. We went and had lunch together in an awesome conversation. So if you're not already subscribed to Schrodinger's cat, I advise you to go do so, because he makes awesome content. Again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And check out the rest of my videos while you're here. And as always, peace.
Destroy shit, pinpoint asteroids in orbit, then hurl y'all thousands of miles an hour towards it. Destroy shit, pinpoint asteroids in orbit, then hurl y'all thousands of miles an hour towards it. Destroy shit, pinpoint asteroids in orbit, then hurl y'all thousands of miles an hour towards it.
What's up, Earthlings? Today I want to showcase this video which I found on space.com. The video uses imagery from the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter to recreate what the Apollo 13 astronauts would have seen of the lunar surface during their journey around the moon. Apollo 13 would have been the third mission to land on the moon, but an explosion in one of the oxygen tanks crippled the spacecraft during the flight, and the crew was forced to orbit the moon and return to Earth without landing. So now, with the help of modern technology, we're able to see what they saw during that mission. This photo of the lunar surface, which was taken during the mission, can be matched perfectly with this part of the video. Hey, space and moon landing deniers! Notice the striking similarities between the two images? Here's another image of the Tsiolkovsky crater. That's pretty hard to say. This video not only shows that we've taken close-up images of the moon, it also shows that the Apollo 13 photos can be verified using the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. Once again, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe while you're here. Also, go ahead and check out the rest of my videos if you're interested. And the link to this video will be in the description. So please go ahead and check those out. As always, I will see you later. Peace. Nope. Oh yeah, right. That's alright. I ain't worried about that. All I'm worried about is the screen recording. Let's stop that. And this. And we'll stop that. What's up everybody, Bball4life here. In a previous video, I had a question for flat earthers. The question was, how can the sun's light reach the moon, which was almost directly above me, but not the ground? And the one answer that flat earthers usually give is the moon is self-illuminated, meaning the moon gives off its own light. So in this video, I have another question. In this photo of an eclipse which was taken on 26 December 2019 off the coast of Al-Waqara, whatever, in Qatar, why is the sun illuminated but not the moon? I mean, if the moon is its own light source, according to flat earthers, there's no reason why it shouldn't be lit up in this picture. Certainly, if we have two light sources and one was in front of the other, we should see both of them illuminated. Anyway, flat earthers are going to have to come up with something other than the moon having its own light source. That's all I got. Thanks a lot. Until next time, this is Bball4life. Peace. Okay, I want to show the difference between when you compress an image at sea level than when you compress an image at 650 feet above sea level. So this is at sea level, and there's three red lines, one on the horizon, one above and one below. So we see here, it's not really any difference, right? So this is basically about what, 16, 17 feet above sea level. So you're not really going to get much curvature here. Okay, And this is the same image, but at 650 feet. Now, I did change the contrast of it so you can kind of see the horizon a little bit more, and there's a red line on the horizon. So let's see what happens when we compress this one. Bring it down to about right there, and let's see. Oh, see, and there's definitely a curve in the image. So there is definitely a difference from when you do it from sea level than when you do it from an elevation. So there's definitely a difference, even if you have barrel distortion. So if there's barrel distortion, you would see it at sea level as well. I'm not doubting there isn't barrel distortion in the drone, but again, you would see it at sea level.
A large majority of flat earthers like to claim that barrel distortion, or fisheye lenses, is the reason the horizon appears curved in some images. Although this is true for some images, there is a way to test the validity of the curvature in the image. First off, there are two types of lens distortion: barrel and pincushion. Lenses with barrel distortion will make parallel lines above the center of the picture appear convex, and bend away from the center. The opposite happens with lenses that have pincushion distortion. To give you an idea what pincushion distortion looks like, here is a picture taken with an iPhone with pincushion distortion. Notice how the parallel lines in the top of the image are concave and bend towards the center, and the opposite happens with the parallel lines in the bottom of the picture. Since I live in Hawaii, and own a drone, I am able to get great shots of the horizon from elevation. I flew my drone up to 1,727 feet above sea level and took several pictures. I made sure to get pictures of the horizon above and below the center of the frame. This way, if there's barrel distortion, it will be apparent in the image with the horizon in the lower half of the frame. The horizon will appear concave. Once I have the images I need, I transferred into an application on my phone called Autodesk Sketchbook. Now flat earthers like to claim that compressing images is manipulation, but it only makes horizontal lines appear more curved, if they're already curved to begin with. Now when I compress this image, you can see that there is a curve in the horizon, even though the horizon is below the center of the frame. The same is true with the second image. Next two images have the horizon above the center of frame. If they were barrel distortion in these images, the lower half of the first two images would make the horizon appear concave when compressed. This is not the case here. In all of these images, the horizon was curved when compressed, all in the same direction. The fact is, if the horizon was flat, it would stay flat when compressed. I'm sure flat earthers will try to explain this with something other than the obvious. They always do. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.
Destroy shit, pinpoint asteroids in orbit, then hurl y'all thousands of miles an hour towards it.
What's up, Earthlings? Throughout history, man has discovered many different methods on how to determine the shape of the Earth. Many of these observations can be done by regular people. Eratosthenes used two vertical poles located in two distant cities in Egypt to estimate the circumference of the entire planet. This is how this observation works. Since the difference in shadow length is 7 degrees in Alexandria and Syene, that means these two cities are 7 degrees apart on Earth's 360-degree surface. You could do this using telephone poles separated by several hundred kilometers or more. First, wait until the sun is directly overhead at point A, which is the moment when the pole casts no shadow. At the same time, have a friend observe an identical pole at point B. You will find that the pole at point B will cast the shadow. Since we can assume that the sun's rays reach the Earth in parallel lines, this is visual proof that the Earth's surface must be curved. Now, if you want to falsify something, you do an experiment, a test, or an observation to prove it false. Why is it that flat earthers refuse to do this test? Here's an example of a flat earther outright refusing to participate in an observation which would show evidence for the shape of the Earth.
You know, we ask you people to contribute to this stuff, to like go watch us do experiments, or go do experiments with us, or go do this, and verify what you claim, and you guys refuse. You refuse to do any kind of observations, any kind of experiment.
That's false.
You guys want to believe in a flat Earth, but you can't prove it.
I'm one of the people, I'd hope that Globers would step up, and I'm one of the people that does that.
Would you do laser tests or something? What'd you do, Chris?
Oh, go to his channel and look. It is amazing, the Catz experiment and his.
You just need to go to my channel and watch some of the videos. I just did one last night on Coriolis. It took me about an hour to do it, to set it up, and to film it, and to do all that.
Okay, great.
It was simple.
Great.
He did a Cavendish experiment mocking Cavendish by using banana.
All right, great, Chris. Today, solar noon is about 12:41 East or 1:31 Eastern time. You're in Eastern time, aren't you? I want you to go out and I want you to measure a shadow from your location at solar noon, and you and I, like Blue and I did, will calculate the radius of the Earth today.
I'm not in Eastern, first of all.
What time zone are you in? Central. Very good. Well, then we can sit down and let's pull up solar noon for your location, and I want you to measure the shadow on a stick at solar noon today, and you and I will do the math together, and we'll see what it shows. We'll see if it confirms a flat Earth or a globe Earth. You up for it, Chief?
How would the angles and shadows prove either one?
Because it's two different locations, and we know the exact location of the sun over the Earth right now.
Wrong.
We know the declination of the sun.
Don't you
I
need
can
3
give you a
points,
data
Bob?
point for the West.
Yeah.
Well, no, this is Chris. Chris is going to do an actual experiment today and come up with real results that can be interpreted. We'll present it together tomorrow on Jose.
Cool.
Fair enough, Chris?
And I'm not doing anything with the sun to prove the shape of the Earth. Sorry.
All right, I knew it.
Yep.
Thank you very much for the material.
Now, my question is, why would someone not want to participate in an observation that could potentially show you what you've been claiming you've been looking for the past few years? Someone who says they're looking for truth should be willing to go to any length to find that truth, unless they willingly want to continue to deny reality. A person like this is not looking for truth, claiming that they want actual measurements of curvature, which has been given to them day after day after day. At some point, flat earthers need to ask themselves, what am I actually looking for? Am I willing to learn, or am I refusing to learn? This is what we call being willfully ignorant, the practice or intentional and blatant avoidance, disregard, or disagreement with facts, empirical evidence, and well-founded arguments because they oppose or contradict your own existing personal beliefs. Once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you like this video. Also, check out the rest of my videos while you're here. And as always, peace.
Destroy shit, pinpoint asteroids in orbit, then hurl y'all thousands of miles an hour towards it. Destroy shit, pinpoint asteroids in orbit, then hurl y'all thousands of miles an hour towards it.
What's up, Earthlings? Recently, Bob the Science Guy demonstrated that flat earthers, Chris Berry, will refuse to do math. Instead of trying to prove their point with mathematics, they would rather point out irrelevant anomalies like curved windows and black swan images. Anyway, in this video, I wanted to take a look at angles to the sun and if we should be able to see the sun at midnight if we lived on a flat Earth. Now, most globe deniers like to claim that the sun is somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 miles above the Earth's surface. So I wanted to see exactly how far above the horizon the sun should be at midnight on a flat Earth. Being able to see the sun at midnight on a flat Earth would involve two factors. First, it would involve the distance between the sun and the observer, and second, it would involve the angle at which it would be above the horizon at midnight. Assuming the Earth is flat, the diameter of the equator would be 12,428 miles. Given the approximate distance that flat earthers have claimed the sun to be, that would put the angle of the sun above the horizon at about 13.6 degrees above the horizon. So an observer at the equator looking north at midnight should absolutely be able to see the sun, because the sun would be about this high above the horizon. Here's another fun fact about flat Earth. With the sun being only 3,000 miles above flat Earth, and the diameter of the equator being 12,428 miles, that would mean the distance from Antarctica to the far side of the equatorial circle of the flat Earth will be 18,624 miles. Given this information, that would mean the distance from the observer in Antarctica to the sun would be about 18,864 miles, giving us an angle above the horizon at about 9.15 degrees, which would be about right here. So this means no matter where you're standing on flat Earth, the sun would never drop below 9.15 degrees in the sky. And flat earthers, please stop saying that we don't know what the sun is, because we know exactly what the sun is. The sun is a huge glowing sphere of hot gas. Most of this gas is hydrogen, about 70%, and helium, about 28%. Carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen make up 1.5%, and the other 0.5% is made up of small amounts of other elements such as neon, iron, silicon, magnesium, and sulfur. The sun shines because it's turning hydrogen into helium via the process of nuclear fission in its extremely hot core. So I'm sorry, denial is not a good argument. Once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you like this video. Also, check out the rest of my videos while you're here. And as always, peace.
Destroy shit, pinpoint asteroids in orbit, then hurl y'all thousands of miles an hour towards it. Destroy shit, pinpoint asteroids in orbit, then hurl y'all thousands of miles an hour towards it.
What's up, Earthlings? It's amazing to think that someone who was prior military, who raised their right hand and took an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, could now be conned into believing the Earth is flat. Maybe it was because their NCOs yelled at them too much and hurt their feelings and made them wake up too early to do PT every day. Anyway, however crazy this sounds, the sad reality is that these people actually exist. Even with all the equipment used by the military, which in some aspects require you to take into account the shape and rotation of the Earth, there are those who somehow still believe the Earth is flat and stationary. All soldiers are trained in land navigation. This is a skill that soldiers are required to be proficient in once they leave basic training. The map reading and land navigation manual takes the shape of the Earth into account. It even mentions Polaris and how it rises in the sky for every 1 degree or 69 miles traveled north. The Southern Cross is also mentioned, which on a flat Earth would be non-existent. Firing artillery is another skill that artillerymen need to be proficient in. Calculating the exact trajectory of these rounds needs to be precise in order to be accurate when targeting an enemy at a great distance away. This is why in the artillery manual, the rotation of the Earth is taken into account and is mentioned several times. Why would this or any other Army field manual mention these things regarding the shape and rotation of the Earth if it wasn't important? There are many other pieces of equipment used by the military that take into account the shape and rotation of the Earth and also utilize the GPS network. But I will leave the rest of that research for you to do, or not, because we all know that flat earthers are just going to claim it's all fake and it's all part of the grand deception perpetrated by the government. Denial is not a good argument, flat earthers. Once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell before you leave and go watch another video. Until then, peace.
Destroy shit, pinpoint asteroids in orbit, then hurl y'all thousands of miles an hour towards it.